Organization is key when getting started. The first thing we'll want to do is select Client and come down and do Set Add Client ID. From here, we can go ahead and build a new client ID. I would recommend creating one for named Brief Assignment. And you'll actually want to go ahead and do this anytime you receive an assignment, and actually even setting up a client ID for class prep as well is a really good idea. Because what you'll see is behind the scenes, this will now tag the rest of our research with this client. So we can actually filter it in our history results and allowing us to separate different assignment work and also class prep work so you can easily see the history related to our specific assignment. The next thing we'll want to do is scroll down and come to folders. We'll go ahead and hit View All Folders to access the folders page and go ahead and hit Create New. Same thing, we'll go ahead and create one here called Brief Assignment. Select Create. You'll see we've actually gone ahead and created one in the past, so I'll go ahead and name this Brief Assignment 1. And we can actually go ahead and select that folder and add subfolders as well. This is very useful for a number of reasons. One, if you have multiple issues, it allows you to stay organized. And another little tip, I recommend adding a folder in here known as Not Applicable, and you'll see later on why this can help. Final thing we would want to do is come in here to add notes and go ahead and throw in whatever your call of the question is. So what is the major issue we're dealing with here? So we can quickly refer back to that later on. Hit add and we're done. From here, we'll want to go ahead and come out to our front page. Our next step is going to be determining the standard review that applies to our case. In the red search box, we'll go ahead and type in standard within to of review and run the search. From here, we're going to be looking in secondary materials, specifically to the source American Jurisprudence 2D. So we'll go ahead and scroll down here on the left-hand side, select AmJur 2D as our source. And from here, we will go ahead and see right here, particular issues as a fact of law. We can access this to get a basic understanding of the cases that are going to apply for your standard of review. We also can go ahead and move back to our results and come over into cases and use our search within results box to add our additional terms for our fact pattern to see if there are specific cases on point discussing our standard of review. Another very useful tool you can do as well is search for terms dealing with your specific issue. So in our example, it is animal right to sue or standing. And within secondary materials, we can actually look to our legal topic summaries that will specifically lay out these issues. Now, our final step is to be accessing briefs that have already been filed with the court, both for stylistic guidelines and to see some basic discussions about our topic. Now, as mentioned earlier, we're dealing with 12b1 and 12b6 issues, so specifically a lack of standing or failure to state a claim. So I'll go ahead and I'm going to build out a terms and connectors search based on this issue. So we'll be looking for the terms 12b1 or 12b6 or lack of standing or failure to state a claim and running that search. Now, you'll actually notice in a recent update, up here along the top for the results, we'll actually go ahead and bold and italicize any indication of a term and connector that you used in your search. As you're getting familiar with terms and connectors, this is just a great way to refer back and make sure the system is actually running a terms and connectors in the way that you think it will. So we'll go ahead and select Show More, move down to our briefs, pleadings, and motions. From here, we'll specifically narrow it down under category to briefs. From here, we can move into our specific jurisdiction. Since we're partially using this for stylistic guidelines, we want to see how it looks when it was filed with the court. So we'll come down to Texas. And then we can actually use the search within results to use that segment searching discussed earlier. In this instance, I'm going to specifically use it for title appellee. What this is going to do is now look for just the briefs that have the word appellee within the title. We can select a brief. And over here on the right-hand side under About This document, we have the ability to view the, so you can actually see a PDF scanning copy of the brief that was filed with the court. Again, this is a great way to see how a brief should be laid out and get those stylistic guidelines.